So Patrick, we'll begin. We have some participants now. I will just introduce a little bit Apina, and then you can begin, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bom, pessoal, sejam muito bem-vindos. É um prazer ter vocês aqui com a gente. A Pina está começando uma série de webinars para a gente apresentar um pouquinho algumas ideias de roteiros para o ano que vem, mas também ainda quem quiser fazer esse ano, né? Ainda dá tempo. Então a gente conta aí com alguns parceiros, né? Que vem mostrar aí para a gente também algumas coisas aí bem bacanas, já que eles são os nossos experts. A Pina Travel, para quem ainda não conhece, ela é um DMC especializado em viagens em grupo. O escritório principal fica em Munique, mas eles também têm um escritório em Dresden, o que faz a gente estar muito próximo aí dos nossos grupos na Alemanha. Eu fico aqui no Brasil, então faço todo esse contato com os operadores, dou todo esse suporte por aqui, tá? A Pina ela só trabalha com grupos, nossos grupos começam aí a partir de 10 participantes, e todos os roteiros são sob medida, né? Então a gente passa essas sugestões para vocês, mas a gente pode adaptar exatamente ao perfil que vocês, do cliente de vocês. A gente só trabalha com operadores, tá? A gente não trabalha com o público final, então a gente está aqui para apoiar justamente vocês nessa região aí que a Pina conhece bem, tá? Por que trabalhar com DMC no destino, né? Então, uma das primeiras coisas é que o DMC ele tem um conhecimento local profundo, então ele pode dizer para vocês, trazer para vocês experiências muito diferentes. A gente sabe que o perfil dos viajantes ele está mudando, né? Então, hoje as pessoas elas querem ir além, né, daquela viagem básica, tradicional. E aí que entra o DMC para justamente trazer aí essas experiências bem legais e diferentes para vocês. Otimização de recursos, né? Então a gente tira todo o trabalho pesado da mesa de vocês, vocês economizam tempo, tem mais tempo para cuidar do cliente e a gente cuida lá de toda a parte operacional. E além disso, vocês contam com um suporte no destino, né? E eu acho que isso é muito importante dizer também, grupos, né, na Europa, vocês trabalharem ali com DMCs que estão na Europa, porque eles vão estar mais próximos dos grupos de vocês. Então, a Pina mesmo, ela tem um atendimento 24/7, um número de WhatsApp que está acessível, né, 24 horas aí, para qualquer mudança que a gente sabe que acontece durante o percurso, ou mesmo se acontecer alguma emergência, né? Alguma coisa que a gente tenha que agir rápido, então o pessoal já está lá no destino, está no mesmo fuso horário do grupo, está muito próximo, isso facilita bastante, né? No nosso site, como eu já comentei, a gente tem uma série de sugestões de roteiros, né? Mas a gente também pode criar junto com vocês aí, né? Vocês trazendo as ideias para a gente criar a partir do zero. Nosso foco é muito em experiências, então, seja cultura, seja gastronomia, né, as tradições locais. Então, a gente sempre tenta trazer um pouquinho disso para os nossos grupos. Eu acho que hoje o básico o passageiro já tem na internet, né? E a gente está aqui, então, para trazer o diferente. E como eu comentei, então, para isso a gente conta com parceiros locais, e um desses parceiros é o Patrick, que ele é responsável pelas joias da Europa Romântica, mas ele vai contar então, um pouquinho mais para vocês o que são essas joias da Europa romântica. So, Patrick, the stage is yours. Um, so, you can begin with your presentation. So, welcome, Patrick. I will share your screen.
Yeah, let's how should we do it? Should I share the presentation or should you share it and then I'll inform you to continue?
I can share, and because I have this in Portuguese. Is
Yes,
that okay?
yes, please. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Hello everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, I have to say in this case. It's 3 p.m. here in Central Europe in Garmisch, south of Munich, where I am sitting. My name is Patrick, and I had the honor to meet Margaret and Apina Travel also during our roadshow together with the Lufthansa last year in November. And we had an amazing week there. We met a lot of people from the travel industry, and we were able to promote our beautiful region to Brazil and to Brazilian clients and customers and travelers. And that's what we also want to do today. I am mostly working for the Zugspitze, the highest mountain of Germany, but I'm also the business development representative of a touristic network called the Jewels of Romantic Europe. And on the next slide, you can see the partners of the Jewels of Romantic Europe. And in total, we are currently 13 different partners, and we are really the touristic highlights of our region. And we chose to create this network to really promote the region and to show your clients and your travelers how beautiful it is here in Central Europe and why it is a good idea to spend the holiday here close to the German and Austrian Alps. On the next slide, I can also show you where we are exactly, because we are not only companies from Germany, but also from Austria. So we created this network as a two-country product, really. And we also created it as a route you can follow along. So on the left side, you see the map of Central Europe, and we are right in the heart of Europe. That's also the name of the Jewels of Romantic Europe, your destination in the heart of Europe. We are, as I mentioned, in Germany and Austria, and there in the states of Bavaria in Germany, and Tyrol and Salzburg in Austria. And we also created the idea to follow the route itself, so you can experience and visit all of our partners within, for example, an 8-day itinerary if you start by Munich Airport. And then you can see on the right side, you can follow the route along clockwise or counterclockwise to really visit all the partners in the region. And we have a few advantages why the holiday there it really is great. One is that the region has a lot to offer. We have great cities with Munich, Innsbruck, and Salzburg close by. We have beautiful nature. We have amazing art installations. We have a rich history and culture. We have a lot of churches, castles to visit. So that's really something for everybody in this region. Now let's continue in the next slide. And yeah, we also have the website where you can later check out for more direct contacts to all the different partners. It is also available in Portuguese, but as a matter of fact, right now we're having some server maintenance on the website, but it is still available in English, but the translation will be up in the next few hours, hopefully. And then you can find more information, price lists, and so on also on there. But of course, we also have Margaret and Apina to help you with creating unique holiday experiences. Okay. The video, can we show it, Margaret? Is it okay for? Okay, yeah, great. So I was told that the sound is missing in the video, but nevertheless, it may give you an idea what our region really is. We are located right between the cities of Munich, Innsbruck, and Salzburg, as I mentioned, and of course, Munich, and all the different partners we will talk more about also later. But we have these stunning cities, the amazing nature all around. Like the Zugspitze, the top of Germany. That's actually the mountain I'm sitting basically right next to. But of course, also like the monastery of Ettal with its stunning architecture. and the Bavarian king castles of the fairy tale king Ludwig II. And then if we cross over to Austria, of course, the city of Innsbruck, the main capital of the Alps, great outdoor city. Also with some evening events, I will tell you a bit more. And then the Swarovski Crystal Worlds, one of the most visited tourist attractions in this region. And also in our network is the salt mine of Berchtesgaden, where you can go underground and explore the process of salt making. And of course, the famous city of Salzburg of the composer Mozart. And the biggest Bavarian lake, the Lake Chiemsee. And also, of course, great shopping opportunities await you here. And I will also tell you more about in the next 15 minutes or so. All right. So let's start our journey along the jewels of romantic Europe with the city of Munich and the airport of Munich, because we chose this city, the airport of Munich as our partner because it is really close and it is one of the best airports in the world and also the best airport in Central Europe. And it's also close to Munich, of course, so close to all of the partners, which is also an advantage if your clients travel along this route. Everything is really close by. I've been to Brazil last year, and we flew from Rio to Curitiba to Porto Alegre and to Sao Paulo. And here you can explore everything with just the car or the train, and the distance is really short, so travel times are a minimum. You can reach each partner with a maximum of 2 hours of driving. So not much driving around, but much more to explore during the holidays. And then let's talk about the Munich airport. Yeah, we can skip these few slides to the Munich airport slides. One more. All right. Munich Airport also has re-established the connection to Brazil with Sao Paulo with 4 times a week, I think, 3 to 4 times a week, and we're really happy to have this direct connection. And Florian from Munich Airport also told me that the numbers and the figures are quite well, so they may even think about increasing the frequency. But Munich Airport is also your gateway into Europe for your travelers. It has a lot of connections to different countries all over Europe. So it's great for transfer. But also some great news from the Munich Airport. It will launch or create, or open basically a new terminal, Terminal 1 expansion called Pier. And also Terminal 1 is a terminal where TAP Air, for example, is located. And this will be state-of-the-art and more modern technology, modern security lines, fast immigration. So it's definitely an enhancement of the experience when traveling with Munich Airport even more. We're really looking forward to the opening of this. And on the next slide, you can also see that this will open this month. So I think the exact date is the 20th or 21st of April. We all the partners of the tourism industry are really looking forward to it, because Munich really is our gateway to the rest of the world and your gateway here to our beautiful destination. And then, of course, close to Munich Airport is the city of Munich, the Bavarian capital. And on the next slide, you can also see that they have a lot of offers for group travelers. They offer city tours around the city, tours through the old town, but also like tasting tours on a regional farmers market like the Viktualienmarkt. But of course, Munich is also, as it is the Bavarian capital, the capital of beer. really. So we have a lot of breweries and beer houses. The most famous one is the Hofbräuhaus, and there you can also enjoy a tour through it. Or if you're more interested in the German history and culture, there are, of course, tours through other castles and palaces or through the Palace of Justice. And then, of course, shopping is always a topic in every holiday. We have a really high-end and luxury shopping opportunity with the Maximilianstraße right in the center of Munich. And there are also a lot of shopping centers and other shopping streets all over the city, and really something for every taste there also. And also Munich has the three Bs, as I mentioned. One of them is beer. It is the city of beer. It has, of course, the famous Oktoberfest. It has more than 100 beer gardens where you can go out with your friends and just enjoy the big glass of beer, the Mass, 1 liter of fresh Bavarian beer. And there you can also enjoy the fresh Bavarian dishes, typical the roast pork, for example. It's something to definitely do when visiting Munich in summer. And then the second B in the next slide is the BMW Motor Works. It's the famous car brand or car company from Munich. They have the BMW Museum, the BMW World, and also the factory or the plant. And you can visit each of those either with groups or individual travelers, and you can explore the process of car making, but also you can learn more about the history. And it's really something that I would say is a must do when visiting Munich. And the third B, of course, is the famous football club, the FC Bayern Munich. I think they have a game today against Real Madrid, if I'm not mistaken. So in the Champions League, so they are a quite successful football club. And they also offer combined tickets where you can combine the visit through the old town with a visit through the stadium. You can visit the locker rooms and the trophy room. And it's always also something if you have clients or travelers interested in football and sports. And then we move on from Munich to the region in South Bavaria. And there we have 3 highlights really close by. And one of them is the Zugspitze. One more slide, please, Margaret. One of them is a Zugspitze, the highest mountain of Germany. And then it's also the Ettal Monastery. And of course, the Castle Neuschwanstein, the famous castle of the fairy tale king Ludwig II. And all of these are really, really close by. And let's start with the Zugspitze, so I can tell you a bit more about the Zugspitze itself. It is the highest mountain of Germany. It is almost 3,000 meters high, and it's really close to Munich also. And this is how it looks like. Just 1.5 hours away from Munich, you have this amazing round view, and you can see the German and Bavarian and also Austrian Alps right there. And on the next slide, we have the methods on how to get up to the Zugspitze, because we have 3 cable cars on the Zugspitze itself, and 2 ways of getting up. We have in the top picture the cable car itself. It has a capacity of 120 people, so it's quite large, and it only takes 10 minutes to get up. And that's also what makes it really special, because it's just so fast. Within 10 minutes, will be up at the highest point of Germany. And then in the bottom left, you also have the train, which is also an option. You could take this ride with the train, starts in the town of Garmisch, right next to the Zugspitze. And it will also take you, this one will take you longer, about 1 hour, 20 minutes to get up, but it's a nice train ride through the valley, through the nice mountain regions. And it's really something also for people with a bit more time. And then on the mountain itself, there's also a third cable car, which is the one on the bottom right picture. Yeah, and then when you arrive on the top of Germany, this is the summit station, the terrace. You can see the Golden Summit Cross in the background. And from there, you can see 400 different peaks and also 4 different countries. You can see Italy, Switzerland, Germany, and Austria. And it's always a good idea to visit this terrace and to really enjoy the stunning view all around. And in the summit station right there, we have our restaurants. And in total, we have 3 restaurants on the mountain, but one is in the summit station. It's the one on the top. And we have offers for groups there. We also have a FIT area, and your clients can also enjoy the beautiful view and the stunning panorama while having lunch up there. And if you're looking for something different, we also have 2 more restaurants, as I mentioned, on the mountain. And in winter, we also open the whole year. So not only in summer, but also in winter. We're also Germany's highest ski resort. And we have the gear rental there. We have the ski schools there. We recently also made contact here with a ski school, and they also are from Argentina. So they can help can also show you and instruct you on how to learn how to ski. But even if you don't ski in winter, we have this amazing winter landscape, even just right now. And there we have other winter activities, like you can just enjoy the winter landscape, or you can do the tobogganing, which is the activity on the right, where you can rent one of the sledges and then go down the pistes. So there's really something for everybody. Okay. And then we continue to the Ettal Monastery. It is a still active monastery, and the monks actually still live there. So you can see them walk around. These are Benedictine monks, and they also hold their masses, their services there. But what's really special is they also brew beer there, and beer and liquor. And on the next slide, you can also, oh yeah, this is like one more picture of the inside of the abbey, just to see how it looks. And through the distillery and brewery, you can also book guided tours to explore their craftsmanship, and you can really see how their products are made. And also right next to it on the next slide, there's also a hotel. And if you combine an overnight stay with the guided tours, you can also get a discount on these tours. And it's definitely a good stopover on your way between the Zugspitze and, for example, the Neuschwanstein Castle. Yeah, and Neuschwanstein Castle is also the next stop. I just included a picture of it because it is very well known. It is one of the most famous and also the most visited German touristic highlights. It was built by Ludwig II, the fairy tale king, as we call him, and he gifted us with more of these beautiful palaces and castles. And yeah, you can get the tickets, of course, and take a tour through it. We do not sell the tickets, but it's a different company. But it's always something worth doing. It can be quite tricky, but I'm sure Margaret can also help you with that. And then we continue to Austria, to Innsbruck and Tyrol. And there we have also 3 highlights. On the next slide, we have the city of Innsbruck. We have the Tyrolean evening, and we also have the Swarovski crystal worlds. Exactly. And now for the next slide, I can also give you some brief information about Innsbruck. It is the capital of the Alps, it is called, because it is beautifully surrounded by mountains, as you can see on the picture. It has a very nice medieval old town. They also have a lot of history from the Habsburg family there. it's also great for outdoor lovers because there are so many outdoor activities right next to the city. They also have the cable car, the Nordkette, which you can visit directly from the city. There's basically a cable car from or a train out from the city all the way up to the mountain. They also have a ski jump, and it's a really young city, a really vibrant city. It also has a kind of like an Italian touch. It's really a nice city to stay overnight, especially because then you can visit the Tyrolean Evening Folk Show, which is on the next slide. And what they do is they offer a unique evening program in Innsbruck. They have these traditional Tyrolean costumes, and then they play music and different dances. And they are right in the center of Innsbruck. So Innsbruck is also really walkable. And there you can enjoy their show. They have a venue, a great venue with over 500 seats. And they also offer, for example, transfer services from the hotels to their show. And it's really something for everybody. They also offer dinner, but it's something for young, for old people, and it's a great show and really one of the highlights if you stay overnight in Innsbruck. And another highlight is the Swarovski Crystal Worlds. It's a bit outside of Innsbruck in the town called Wattens. And they are part of the Swarovski brand, and they have basically like an art installation there. On the map on the next slide, you can see the area and what they have to offer. They have this giant, and in this giant, they have the Chambers of Wonder, but they also have like the crystal cloud with over 1 million crystals hanging above a black lake. They have a great restaurant. They have a play tower for children and a playground for children, and it's really a great activity to go there and spend the day with your family or friends there. But on the next slide, we can also give you an idea of what these chambers of wonders are, because they really are art installations. Like they have famous artists from all over the world who create these chambers. And for example, they have the crystal dome in the top left, or they have the Christmas tree right in the center. That's a chamber inside of the giant where really are minus temperatures and there's snow in there. Or on the right side in the middle, you can see the different costumes that famous singers like Madonna or Elton John were wearing during some of their shows. So it's really like a great museum art installation that shows the use of the different Swarovski crystals. And then we come to the next region. We're almost done all the way through, which is the Salzburg and the Chiemgau area. And there we have 3 other highlights. And this is Salzburg, the Berchtesgaden salt mine, and also the Lake Chiemsee Shipping Company. And Salzburg is famous on its own already. It's the city of Mozart. It's the city of the sound of music. And it also has a very historic and also medieval old town. They offer all the walking tours there, but they also have a really nice Christmas market, for example. And definitely also something to include into your tours. And then if we go to the next slide. We have also the salt mine of Berchtesgaden. This one is in Germany, so not in Austria, because they're 2 really close together. But this one is in Germany, in the town called Berchtesgaden. And this is also a still active salt mine. And you can enter this salt mine with this miner's train. You get one of those overalls, which the people in the picture are wearing. And then you will enter the mine on this miner's train. And in there, they also have different rooms where you can explore the process of salt making, but also these are created in a more artistic way. And on the next picture, for example, you can see that they have installations like the underground mirror lake, where you have basically like a boat floating over an underground lake with the light installations in the background, which then reflect in the water. So you can see it's more like an art installation than really the process of salt making. But nevertheless, you also learn something about that. And there are many more chambers to explore. They also have like wooden slides that go down from one chamber to another to to slide down, which is also like great fun. And then yeah, Salzburg I already talked about. We can skip that. And then we have the Chiemsee Shipping Company. This one is also in Germany. It's the Lake Chiemsee is the biggest lake in Bavaria. And there's a company that offers the boat tours on that lake. And you can see more pictures here because on one of those islands is also another palace of King Ludwig the second, which is the Herrenchiemsee Palace. And there you can also book guided tours through it, and it's also a great place to stop over and take the boat to this island. Yeah, and then if we continue, just to highlight that we have more shopping opportunities, of course, in all the cities and all the major cities. But I just want to highlight two special ones. One is, if we continue, the Kulturgut company, and one is, of course, Ingolstadt Village, part of the Bicester collection. And if we continue to Kulturgut, I can explain to you what they do. They are located in the shops of the castles like the King Ludwig Castle or the Herrenchiemsee Palace. And they get their ideas for their products. You can see this shopping bag from the rooms in these castles. So you can see that the shopping bag has the design of the ceiling in the room on the left. And they took the design from the ceiling and then put it into the look of this shopping bag. And also on the next slide, you can see the mirror plates, and these are also from the idea is also from one of the palaces of Ludwig II, and the reflection of the plate is actually seen in the cup. The cup itself is either gold or silver plated, and what you can see on the cup is only the reflection of the plate below. And their products can only be bought in the in the shops in the castles, so they don't have an online shop. And then we also have really close by, it's north of Munich, we have Ingolstadt Village, which is a shopping village and part of the Bicester collection. And they have 110 different brands through all out the village, also famous ones and luxury brands there, but they also offer much more. Yeah, these are the pictures from the village itself. So it's a nice shopping atmosphere, and they also have like different VIP services for VIP customers. So they can also offer like hands-free shopping, where then after you bought your products, you can deliver them to the concierge and then pick them up when you depart from the village itself. They also offer personalized shoppers, and they offer, for example, style managers to really check what your style is, and then they will recommend products or brands to you, which is also really nice. And yeah, let's continue. For VIPs, they also have a completely different room called the apartment, where you can enjoy a rest during the shopping day and spend some time off or just relax in there. Also, next slide. And they have a lot of different programs with payment partners or miles providers, and where you can earn miles or you can um, get the discounts or benefits from the different payment providers or partners. Really. All right, and then after we spend a lot of money in Ingolstadt Village, we can go back to Munich Airport. And that was the quick journey along the Jewels of Romantic Europe. Thank you very much for your time today, and I hope we were able to inspire you a bit. I know it was a quick rundown, but you can find more information on our website, of course, or Margaret and Apina Travel will also be happy to help. And we would love to welcome more of your clients and travelers in the near future. Brazil for us is an upcoming market, and definitely our region has a lot of potential, and then there's a lot to explore. And yeah, thank you for your time once again.
Thank you, Patrick. E aí, pessoal, deu para ter um gostinho aí do que é essa região? Deu vontade de ir? Espero que sim. A gente está aí à disposição de vocês. Eu vou compartilhar com vocês aqui os nossos contatos. Eu fico aqui no Brasil, como eu já disse, né? A gente tem lá na Alemanha a Aline e o Robert, que eles ficam no nosso operacional. Então, a Aline é a nossa Head of International Markets e o Robert, então, ele é o responsável pelas cotações aqui do Brasil. Então, se deu aí vontade de ir, se vocês, né, gostaram do roteiro, fala com a gente está aí à disposição para montar um grupinho bem bacana aí para vocês, né? O Robert pode trabalhar aí nessa cotação, só mandar as ideias para a gente. A gente tanto pode fazer o roteiro inteiro, como a gente também pode trabalhar aí esse roteiro, né? Incluir alguma coisa ou tirar alguma coisa, enfim. Como eu falei lá no começo, né? A gente adapta aí aos gostos e às necessidades dos clientes de vocês, né? Só para compartilhar aí com vocês, eu estou indo hoje para Porto Alegre, vou me encontrar com o Sebastian. O Sebastian é o novo diretor da Apina. E a gente vai estar lá na Ugarte. Então, aí o pessoal de Porto Alegre, se alguém estiver na Ugarte, vai ser um prazer aí conversar com vocês. E na semana que vem a gente vai estar em São Paulo, na WTM. Então, né, se alguém estiver lá também, vai ser um prazer aí a gente conversar e quem sabe aí trocar mais algumas ideias. Alguém tem aí alguma pergunta para o Patrick? Ficou aí alguma dúvida? I just asking if they have some questions for you.
Mhm.
But you explained very well, so I don't think so. Nenhuma pergunta, gente? Vamos ver aqui no chat. Deixa eu dar uma olhadinha aqui. Veio alguma coisa. Quem quiser abrir o microfone também fica à vontade, tá? Ok. Márcia, em outros roteiros podemos fazer grupo para família. Podemos incluir crianças a partir de quantos anos? Você não vai estar no GAT, Nádia, que pena. Você diz especificamente nesse roteiro, Márcia? Nesse da Jules? Nadia is asking if they can work with families and if they can include childs in this. Ok. Em outros roteiros. Em outros roteiros, sim. Deixa eu só ver com ele nesse roteiro especificamente. They can include childs and if the hotels has triple rooms. The hotels that with you work.
So we usually do not have any preferred hotels, but we work with the tourism offices, and they can surely recommend also hotels which are suited for what you are looking for, and also for ones with what is it, three bedrooms,
Triple
right?
room.
Yeah,
Triple rooms
yeah,
for
triple
families
rooms.
or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sure, there are plenty available, especially like in the itinerary we designed. We have different overnights, usually in the three big cities of Munich, Innsbruck, and Salzburg, but also a big in some in the regions in between, and they all offer. I think yes, they all offer like triple rooms in this case, and like about the age, there really isn't any age restriction, but of course, like um, for for uh, for babies, some activities might not be suited. For example, the Zugspitze is just 3,000 meters high, and they might get dizzy or problems with the pressure. But there's really no age limit in this case.
Isso, Nádia, só complementando então o que o Patrick falou, né? A gente também trabalha com famílias, crianças, a gente tem atividades, né, para todos os gostos aí, todas as idades. Já pegando um gancho aí no que você falou, a gente também trabalha grupos de estudantes, tá? Então a gente tem muito grupo aí de estudante que vai fazer um intercâmbio, que vai fazer, vai ficar uma semana lá conhecendo uma outra cidade, tá? E trabalhamos em alguns hotéis, sim, com quartos triplos, quartos de família. Quando não tem, tem os quartos conjugados, né? Então a gente tem parceria com diversos hotéis, desde hotéis de rede até hotéis mais familiares. Então a gente consegue acomodar, assim, todo mundo. Tudo é uma questão do roteiro, tá? A Luciana pergunta se tem guia acompanhante falando português. Sim, nós trabalhamos com guias em português, tá? É, assim, tudo depende, claro, da antecedência da época do ano, tá? Se a gente estiver falando aqui de uma Oktoberfest e a gente tivesse solicitação aí 2 meses antes da Oktoberfest, vai ser muito difícil a gente ter o guia em português, né? Mas com uma certa antecedência, a gente tem sim os nossos guias que trabalham com a gente. E aí, nesse caso, né, como eu comentei da Oktoberfest sendo muito em cima, com certeza o espanhol, tá? Só em últimos casos, às vezes a gente recebe, a gente sabe que o brasileiro gosta de fazer as coisas um pouquinho em cima da hora, né? Às vezes a gente recebe algumas reservas com uma semana de antecedência, aí a gente, né, parte para o inglês. Mas geralmente a gente tem saído sim com guias em português, tá? É, Mais alguma pergunta? De nada, Luciana. E assim, gente, eu tenho aqui, né? Tenho meu WhatsApp aqui, vocês podem já me adicionar lá no WhatsApp, tá? Me dar um oi lá. E aí, qualquer dúvida que for surgindo, né, na montagem dos roteiros, se vocês tiverem alguma ideia, vai me chamando, né, que a gente vai conversando, tá? A gente está sempre à disposição. E se quiserem rever a apresentação, a gente, tá, como eu falei, ela vai estar gravada lá no nosso website, tá? Eu acredito que já aí na próxima semana ela já esteja lá à disposição, né? E aí dá sempre para rever o roteiro. E também, se vocês quiserem, eu compartilho o contato do Patrick com vocês também, tá bom? Gente, mais alguma pergunta? Que bom, Marcia, obrigada. Que bom, que bom. Obrigada aí pela participação de vocês. Eu sei que o nosso tempo é sempre muito corrido, né? Patrick, thank you very much for your presentation, for the cooperation. It was very good to have partners like you. I said them if they have ideas, if they have groups, they can send to us. We can talk to you. We can work together on this. The
Yeah.
most important is that we send more and more Brazilians to this region and to this beautiful jewels of romantic Europe.
Yes,
Do
yes,
you
yes.
have something else to
Warmly welcome.
share?
We welcome all of the all of your clients here in our beautiful region, and thank you for your time once again.
Gente, muito, muito obrigada e nos vemos aí no próximo webinar. A gente vai anunciando, lançando aí para vocês, tá? Então, estamos aí à disposição sempre que vocês precisarem, tá bom? Muito obrigada, pessoal.